Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Tiffany. How are you? We do anything fiber related on this channel and today is no different. Today we're in a new location. I have been a little busy kind of getting settled into this place. I am in Ottawa for a month. I know it's so random, but my boyfriend's here for a rotation, so I decided to come along and join him, and I really wanted to kind of like change location to see if I could, I don't know, maybe like focus more, do more work. I really like the challenge of bringing a specific set of things with me here and only working on them. I really liked it when I went to Europe. I thought I would do a video about everything I brought to Ottawa for the month, so you can follow along, I guess, in my whip progress, and then we can do kind of like a yarn corner kind of wrap up at the end of the month to see how far we got along. And I think it's really cool to be able to document everything and just show you guys kind of where we started and where we're gonna end up. I am hoping to do a couple vlogs, I guess, of my time here. We're gonna be strict on our yarn ban, but I am really, like, I'm literally walking distance from a yarn store and I'm crying because I know I know I'm not gonna buy anything, but it just hurts because I want to support these local yarn stores. I'm not too sure if I really brought enough yarn. I feel like I might end up with a lot of like 90% finished pieces because I just didn't bring enough. So we'll just struggle through that. I brought a carry-on and a checked in, but I will say my carry-on was pretty much like half full of just whips. It was a big struggle bringing enough clothes with me. Today I'm wearing my Croissant top. Yeah, I knitted this in, I guess, on my Europe trip, and then I finished it afterwards, but this is just how it looks like. I feel like the silhouette is really nice. Again, I love the boat neck of it all. Sorry, I haven't weaved in any of the ends, and you'll see that as a kind of a trend currently for all my stuff. I haven't weaved in like all the ends because I'm like, oh, okay, if I have some extra time here, I'll just do that. I'm just wearing it again because it is kind of hot here, but it's like been raining, so I'm like so confused by this weather. I don't have proper clothing to go out in the rain, but I'm hot, so this is what we're wearing today. This is knit in Knitting for Olive cotton merino, one strand, and I think it's lovely and it's light and it's just super sophisticated. I look like a woman. I think the gray, the color is in, I think, koala, and I think the gray just gives me office core, office siren type energy, and I want that constantly. It's like the thing I'm like constantly going for. I'll start off with finished pieces. So this was the first one. Second one I brought, okay, this guy, she's wrinkly. Okay, so just ignore the wrinkle of it all because it was packed really tightly in my carry-on. But this is my blouse. This is, I initially was going to call this the typical mohair sweater, but now I'm thinking to call it the typical mohair blouse. But this is just, I ended up finishing it, which was like crazy. I finished it before the trip and I only really had like a week left of the trip, and I still probably had both the sleeves and the body left to do. So I'm honestly very surprised by my progress. It is, I only used 4 skeins, so didn't realize that was gonna happen because I bought 6 thinking I was gonna need like a bunch. And then I don't know, maybe I made the sleeves a little like tighter maybe, and like the body shorter, I don't know, than a normal sweater. I don't know. I did knit this on 6mm. This is the Sunisgarn Ballerina Mohair in the color 5505, which is like something iris. It's something beautiful. And maybe it is also because we didn't do ribbing. I don't know, but I was also able to block this because I just put it out in the sun. It was so sunny in Vancouver that I just put it out there, laid it out for like most of the day, and it was good to go. So yeah, oh my gosh. Ignore the fact that I'm wearing this over it, but like it's still a vibe. Like the sleeves are like just long enough. The body is like, I would say perfect, like perfect hip length. Yeah. Sorry, I wish I could style this a little bit better, but again, things are not whooping in, but we were frantic to finish her. But yeah, it's a really nice, I feel like the V is like especially wide, which I feel like is very, I don't know, I really like the silhouette or the shape of it. And I was really surprised because I've never done like a V I-cord. I guess I have. I've done it with the Cumulus T, but I don't know, something about this one was different. I guess it was because I did saddle shoulders. I don't even think you can see that. It's so faint. But there's like a saddle here, I swear. I swear there's a saddle. And I feel like it gives it like the perfect amount of boxiness. I really just despise raglan these days. I'm just not a raglan girl unless it's like super thick and it's like quite close to the neck. I don't like it when it's out here. I love it when it's very close. So I find that a lot of my pieces are kind of going more towards I-cord and things that don't require maybe like a lot of ribbing. So this guy, I feel like I wanted to get away from ribbing, and same with this, we got away from ribbing. But I think for more of my sweater like pieces, that's when we have all the ribbing. But yeah, again, this color is so stunning. I think this is just like a nice kind of layer over piece if you don't want to wear like a full sweater. It's still pretty airy, but it's still also super warm. I remember when we were in Europe, I remember just seeing like a bunch of girls wearing like mohair sweaters in May, and they all looked so cool and fluffy and just so lovely. And this definitely like redeems. I don't know if you guys followed my channel back in the day, but I had like a blue kind of mohair top, which I made the cumulus blouse in, and I never wore it because I just didn't really feel like it. I just didn't really like the yarn, and for some reason I have such an aversion to the Diablo mohair that I can't even think about it or anything. I don't know, it could have just been like the experience of it all and the feeling of it on my body, but this is just like my redemption, and I feel like we have been redeemed. And it's so lovely, and I freaking love it. And I love that you can also kind of tuck it in. And yeah, I'm hoping to write this pattern in Ottawa. So that's like a goal, is to grade this up and have it all ready and like take cute photos, because like this apartment has amazing lighting. I feel like I'm gonna find so many cute little corners to take nice photos in and make videos, and it's super quiet, so it's really nice. I just hope the neighbors don't think I'm absolutely weird. This is just her knit up so fast. The fastest thing you could have ever knitted. I need more. I'm gonna have to stock up the shop with some ballerina chunky mohair, because it's literally my life. I feel like I definitely need to either make like a cardigan, I don't know, like a cardigan blouse, or we can make something else. I don't know, saddle shoulder. I don't know. I just really love her. And I think the blue, again, looks really nice on my skin tone, and the black hair just works perfectly. Oh, I've been eyeing like mohair slipovers recently, so she could be next on the list. Last finished piece, I initially had brought so many more finished pieces. Like I was planning on bringing like my Friday top, my Monday top, like the Tuesday top, but they just take up so much room that I really thought it'd be better to prioritize whips and things that needed to be graded, I guess, because your girl was crazy and we brought this cardigan. So I think this is the reason why I couldn't bring everything else, because this took up absolutely everything. So this is just my basic black cardigan that I had been working on. I wrote it in my journal, or my knitting journal, and I started it like back in January or February, so it's really nice to, you know, have finished it. Someone on the stream had suggested finishing it before the trip so that I could wear it, and therefore I didn't have to bring like another sweater. So again, we just have to weave in all of these ends. But yeah, I was like, oh my god, that's like the best idea ever, because maybe like 1 or 2 weeks before coming to Ottawa, I had so many pieces that were on Sleeve Island. So I had this guy, we had the mohair, and then I had 3 other sweaters that all were just sleeveless. So I was really happy I was able to do 2 out of the 5. Actually, no, I also did I have cable sweater. So I did 3 out of the 5. We finished all the sleeves, so I don't know why I ever think that sleeves is gonna take forever, because they never do. For me, I don't know, I feel like I can get them going pretty quickly. So yeah, I kind of just haphazardly put on buttons. I think, yeah, you can totally tell this one is this one is off. Like this is bigger than this, but alas, yeah, I was just in such a rush that I was like, okay, let's just get these buttons on because I want to be able to wear this, but I will fix this when I get back. I just wanted it to be done and ready. She's lovely. She just has like a nice drop shoulder, which I really like. Just wanted to make a pattern of like a really nice basic cardigan. Yes. If you can see, well, sorry. ignore my legs there. I'm literally so happy to have finished this and finally like completed at least one piece for my black like knit collection, because I have always wanted to do it and I wear black honestly all the time, so this is going to be such a staple and I know I'm going to be wearing it like all the time. Yeah, I kind of made this pattern because I love the double knit button band, but I feel like there isn't really a pattern out there that has like a nice drop shoulder, because Petite Knit, she only really has her raglan, the champagne cardigan, and then I guess the Ava cardigan, which has that a very specific pickup, I don't know, and then it turns raglan. So I just wanted to have something of my own, and that is just super basic and typical. It's gonna be like a really chill test knit, and I'm hoping to make like a billion more of these. Also hoping to add pockets at some point, but that'll be kind of like a later thing. But yeah, I think it's nice because like now I have kind of like these two pieces that I can wear like out and about if it gets like cold enough, but I don't think it will. It's July. What am I even thinking? Next are whips. I brought a billion whips. I didn't want to bring like new pieces or things that I just newly casted on because it felt like I was neglecting my whips. Because I'm gonna be stuck with these guys for essentially a month, I didn't want to kind of, I don't know. It almost felt like I was cheating on my whips. I guess that's like the best way I can describe it, because I've been really prioritizing trying to finish my whips and like finish them instead of just casting on a bunch of things. I am still casting on things, but I am finishing, if that makes sense. So like the cardi and the mohair blouse, I feel like we finished those, so I'm allowed to cast on a couple things but focus on more of my whips. I think it's really nice to have whips that are like almost done or like 50% done, and then all I have to do is do the rest of the 50 and it feels like I've completed or like worked up a whole project. So I think I just want that for me at the time. So yeah, so I was really bringing like a lot of yarn on the trip. Okay, the first guy that is technically a finished piece but is something I'm gonna be working on is this guy. This is my London Fog tee. I actually don't know if I've probably talked about this in my previous video, but I will talk about it again. I brought it on the trip because I do want to finish it. So yes, it does look finished, but I'm not happy with how the bottom frays and the sleeves are a little short. So I am going to add length to it. So we're gonna have to frog it. I think I'm just hesitating because like she feels finished. So I'm like, oh, I do really want to undo it and have to frog. But I know I have to because I want this piece to be lovely. And she is lovely. Look at her. I love her. She's lovely on too, but I don't want to put it on because again, my makeup is on and I will for sure get makeup on here. So yeah, I will be working on this guy. This is lovely. Again, oh my gosh. Tooting my own horn, but like so lovely. But yeah, sorry, just wanted to also add, I used 4 strands of yarn that I have been accumulating of black yarn. I have 1 strand, oh gosh, can I even tell? They all look absolutely the same. So one of them, okay, I might as well not even try. So one of them is Isseur Maryland. I think it's 50% cotton, 50% wool. I'm holding it 1 strand Coast, which I think is also 50% cotton, 50% wool. I'm holding 1 strand of this random mohair that I got on sale. That I think has like a little bit more silk in it than mohair. And then I'm holding it 1 strand of Whack Finita yarn. I have like a bunch of those that I'm trying to use up. So adding these all together, I was able to knit this on 6mm, which is quite a thicky boy, but I actually really like the chunkiness, I guess, of the yarn, but it doesn't even feel that chunky. It feels like a normal weight, and it drops really nice, I feel like, with the 6mm. I knitted this with Whack mixed yarn, which again, 50% cotton, 50% wool. I'm just like into a cotton blend, I guess. I don't know why, but I don't really love knitting with just cotton. So the blend is very nice on my hands because it feels more wool, but it's maybe just not as airy as I could wish for, but maybe we'll do like a linen top. That would be really nice with this guy. Another small whip that I brought. Oh my gosh, I don't think I've showed this, but this is a sock that I've been working on. I am gonna try to do like a little challenge. Don't know how we're really gonna stick with it, but I want to kind of make a sock a month, if that makes sense. So this is my June sock, and I'm hoping to get this pattern out to the Patreon soon. I just want to make sure that everything's correct before I send it out, but this is just, sorry, I have to put it on my hand, okay, so you can see the motif, but this is just how it looks like. I feel like I did a good job, okay? I'm really like proud of this sock, and I feel like it's so cute and dainty, and I love that I was able to use this one. This is I think this is an Arwetta that I got from Europe, and so I just am really happy about finishing it. I might though, like I'm a little on the fence about adding more to, I guess, this top portion. It is knit bottom, like top down, I guess, and I don't know how we would do that, but I do want to do it because what I've been doing is I separate, so like this is 50 grams, I have 50 grams of the other yarn, of my other ball, and there's a bunch left over, so I feel like I could maybe add like one more kind of like motif. All I would have to do is, I guess I would have to, is the word graft? I don't know the right word, but kind of do yarn surgery on this one row and separate them, and then just knit from where the ribbing is, and then I would Kitchener stitch around. That seems crazy, right? But I want to do it really bad. So we'll see how I feel about that, but we're going to start this one. I might start this one and do it longer, and if it ends up looking nice, we do the surgery. I don't know. It seems a little risky, but I want to do it really bad. Now on to like full-on sweaters. I brought my cable sweater. So this is the I Have cable sweater that I have been working on. I ended up being able to finish both of the sleeves. Oh my goodness gracious, is that like the coolest thing ever. I am obsessed with cables now, and I want to make cables forever. This is just the center motif, and it is so cool. The gray again is just so lovely. It fits really nice. I guess I'll try it on. I don't know. It felt like wrong. It felt so wrong leaving this guy behind, because I just didn't want to think it was going to be lonely and like not worked up for a whole entire freaking month. So I was like, you know what, Tiffany, let's just bring it and let's just finish it and just feel really good about it. So this is how it currently looks on. I haven't fully blocked it. It's kind of like a mid block, just kind of seeing, like making sure that the arm looks long enough and everything kind of blooms and kind of blocks very nicely, like this whole like motif, just making sure that it looks lovely. But I feel like if I wanted it a bit bigger, I could definitely just like really stretch it. But yeah, this is that's all we've gotten for. Oh, is that a look? A sweater on sweater? I'm sweating buckets, but I don't know, I just feel like it's a very innocent motif. I don't know if that makes any sense. The double moss comes in so clutch. I love it so much. I just feel like it makes a sweater feel very, I don't know, cute, if that makes sense. But yeah, again, love the braids. I never knew I was a braided girl. And again, the way that this like cross cable comes about is so beautiful. I still don't know the name. I kind of just like saw a picture and was like, I'm gonna do that. Cannot wait to get this into testing, because I feel like I would literally start crying just seeing everybody's versions of it. I knitted this with one strand in Pure Gint and one strand of the Yell Holt that I got. So yeah, freaking crazy that I've been using up all these yarns that I bought, and I've been really happy with seeing these yarns become projects. I feel like I've been trying to really enjoy this cable, because for my Moby, I was just mad knitting it like crazy. I feel like every single cable, I'm like, oh, so lovely. I'm really happy about it. Ooh, next sweater. Ooh, your girl is ambitious. I don't know if we'll finish all of these, but I kind of wanted to bring more work than less work, because I didn't want to run out of work to do. I brought this guy. This is just my basic V-neck sweater. Again, she's armless. She's armless, so I'll have to pick up the stitches for the arm and see how that goes. I just really liked how simple the v-neck was. It's nothing crazy. I haven't really seen anyone do a 1 kind of decrease. I always see 2, and I always think that's super bulky, so just wanted to try this. I was also contemplating doing like a folded, but that also felt really chunky to me. So maybe in my next life we'll do that. Yeah, hoping to kind of get this out eventually. I should probably focus on this one because it feels like the least worked on. So my goal is at least get the sleeves. We'll figure out the sleeves and we'll go from there. This is knitted with 1 strand, I think Friends Hobby, and then 1 strand of this mohair that I had from Drops. I think it's in like this weird gray color. If you can see, it's in this weird gray color. Had that one in my stash for so long, and I'm happy to get it to good use. And I feel like this gray is really nice. We're obsessed with grays and different versions of grays and how they will look like on me. Okay, thank you. Last sweater that I brought is this guy. Again, I don't know if I've spoken about this. I never know. So we'll just speak about everything continuously forever and ever. But this is, oh my gosh, so this is my, she is my, I don't know if you guys follow like Sezane. It's like a company. They had this really trendy raglan brioche looking cardigan. It's called I think the Amelie cardigan. I kind of wanted to see if I could recreate something and make my own version of it. So this is kind of my attempt currently at the cardigan. I have started one of the sleeves, which I feel like I'm essentially done, but I've been having difficulty kind of figuring out the decreases around the ribbing around the arms, so we've been unraveling like a bunch, but I feel like you can totally see it coming together. Like, look at how stunning the decreases are on this. I feel like it's gonna have the most perfect balloon here, and the neckline and the border here is gonna be so cute. We'll try it on for you guys because I'm in love. Oh my god, literally, like, so in love. Oh my god, like this and like my cabled sweater, this guy, I feel like I've just been increasing the difficulty of my kind of knits, but it's been really rewarding seeing like the result and seeing it all come together. This is just currently what it looks like. I kind of did like how do I say this? I kind of did mid, like in between a double band knitting, because I wanted it so that the collar ribbing went onto, I guess, over the double knit band. So I needed kind of the start here in order to pick up stitches for it, in order to start the collar, and I needed to know how the collar was going to look like before I continued knitting. So it was funny, someone messaged me and they were like, how did you do that? That's crazy. But I kind of just, what I ended up doing was I just cast it on here and then did a little bit, if that makes sense. Does that even make sense? I cast it on and then I knitted the double knit band until this portion, and then see, I've kind of left it on to these stitches. So it's like a lot of breaking yarn, which is not like my most favorite way to do this, and I don't think there is a better way. But because I needed to see how this was going to look like, I was okay with sacrificing, and I can always just spit splice or like magic knot. And then I'll just keep going kind of thing. So there's two, so you can see there's 2 strands. So this is the working one, and then this is the one that I pick up the stitches along. And so I did the same thing for this guy, but instead I started it right here and then kept going, and then we cast it off so then I could pick up stitches there, and that was totally fine. But now again, you have the ending here, which I think what I'll do is just, I'll just kind of Kitchener stitch once I get to this point, and hopefully it'll be seamless. If not, we'll just cry a little bit. But again, this is, yeah, so this is gonna be where the buttonholes are. So we'll we'll have to hope. We're gonna have to finesse this somehow. Risk it to get the biscuit, as I always do say. I think we popped off with this one. I think it's like, even though it's like a trendy kind of cardigan that I've been seeing, I think it's a really nice basic if you were to want to knit it up, and it's not bad. I know, we hate brioche. Brioche hurts like a mother trucker, but this is in 6mm, so it's nothing like the Agni. Okay, the Agni was actually atrocious. So this guy knits up a lot faster, and I think it will like bloom really nice. Like technically I blocked this section. I haven't blocked this part of the arm, but I think it just like looks really airy and fluffy and just really lovely, if that makes any sense. I don't know how much yarn this is taking me though. It is taking a lot, and I actually don't think I have enough. I'm holding this in 3 strands. You can't see it at all, but that's fine. I'm holding it with 1 strand Hobby Mohair, their friend Mohair, in like their light gray. Holding this with 1 strand Tin Pure Gint in their light gray. I think it's 1042, and then 1 strand of Holst Super Soft in their silver gray. And so yeah, the colors just make this beautiful gray. It's like the most stunning gray you've ever seen. I'm gonna need more gray stuff like this. I don't know if I'm gonna have enough Holst Super Soft. I bought one of their kind of miscellaneous dye lot bags, and it usually comes with like 220 grams of yarn. I could have just misplaced 1 little skein, but yeah. So if it's more than 250 grams, then I might need another one to buy it to finish this piece, but I will work this up until we can't work it up anymore. Yeah, and working on this guy kind of really inspired me to do more, I guess, different stuff compared to just doing stockinette all the time. Like I just started doing this like half fisherman's rib. I'm also working on another brioche type jacket. So yeah, playing with different knit styles is fun. Tiffany, what? I thought I was gonna be a stockinette girl forever. Hoping to get the most progress on that guy. I think that one I like really want to be able to finish. Even if I run out of things for the month, my mom, she was like, yeah, I can just mail you all your other stuff that you need. And I was like, oh, you're so right. You can just mail stuff over to me and we can continue working. Honestly, probably solve all my issues. Also, wanted to talk about, we brought my lung again. My lung is here with me, and she's filled up with yarn because I had no more room and we were really playing with danger. So okay, now this looks like I'm opening up like a brain, and this is like the inside of my brain, or like my intestine. So I ended up bringing a ton of things for, I guess, new whips or things that I was excited about doing, and I wanted to also bring more summery knits because I wasn't really sure about the weather. I didn't want to bring too many sweaters because I didn't even know if I'd be able to knit them in the weather that we're currently having. But thankfully this apartment has some ACs. I did end up bringing, this is totally off, this is totally not even a summer thing, but this is just another sock pattern. Since I brought the needles for the sock, I was thinking, you know, if we finish the sock, I have another sock to do. This is just in, I think, opal, and they're just like pure white. I have 50 here, but it comes in 100. I think my idea was I'm gonna use this for 1 sock and then I'm gonna use the other one for another sock, so I can get 2 socks out of 100 grams. I really want to do some sort of like cute lace pattern. I like very kind of similar to this guy, but maybe a little bit different. And yeah, this will be my July sock. Okay, there's just some, this is just extra yarn for the cable sweater. I ended up bringing 1 skein. This is Cardiff cashmere. I had treated myself to some cashmere before my Europe trip, and so I just brought 1. I had only bought a single skein, so this is the only one I have. It's 25 grams for like, I think 110 meters maybe. So I want to challenge myself to see what I can make with single cashmere skeins because they are so pricey. But your girl, I guess, wanted to treat herself before going on the yarn, like the True yarn ban. And yeah, I really want to see if I can make like a really small like kerchief, a handkerchief like around the neck. Just because like everywhere on the Ravel, like if you go on Ravelry and you look up the card of cashmere, the only like project idea is the Sophie scarf, which don't get me wrong, I loved the Sophie scarf when it came out, but it's just like, I need, I guess, other ideas on what to use with just one skein, because I want to make other things, if that makes sense, because I've already made the Sophie scarf. I don't want to make another one. I want to make something cool. So also thinking like a lace mini scarf would be really cool. I bought other colors, and I was thinking of doing like a headband or like a bonnet or just like small little things to try to experiment with and try to do things with just single skein type projects if we have time, and if I'm feeling some inspiration. I would love to work on this, and I want to see how it works out, because I've always wanted to try the card of cashmere and see what it's all about. I wish I knew the color, but it's in like this beautiful blue. It is honestly like the most stunning blue. I think I'm just currently really obsessed with blues. I do have a lot of leftover, but I think I'm going to use that for a bigger project. Another thing, okay. Oh yeah. Okay, this I brought with me. This is Drops Daisy and Alpaca Folgertrad from Sunnisgarn. I had initially used this combo to make a striped sweater, but I didn't really like the texture, I guess. It was a little bit too soft for like a very structured knit, I feel. So I just have kind of cast it on something very loosely. I don't know if it's really gonna come into fruition, because I'm a little worried about how it's gonna look, but I am trying to make, I guess, like a wool t-shirt. It's more like a wool short sleeve sweater with a turtleneck. I love the look of it. I'm hoping this picture, I saw one on Pinterest that was green. The most beautiful thing. Kind of what I'm inspired by. We'll see if that comes about. I just think it would be really classy, really beautiful, and just, again, very office siren. It gives off that energy for some reason. So I have been really wanting to use my Drops Daisy, because I have kind of just enough for what I feel like would be a great little t-shirt moment. And yeah, I've been really wanting to try the Drops Daisy. I did do a little bit of knitting, but I don't have an actual piece of it. So I'm gonna work this up. It's quite soft and like loose almost. So I'm trying to find a good piece for it. Now I have some leftover black, because I was gonna do a black and cream sweater. So we're gonna have to figure out what to do with that as well. It knits up really nice with the Folgertrad, I find. It's just very nice and soft. So I think it'd be really nice to have like right on the skin, because initially I was gonna make that type of short sleeve sweater with like a holst, and that's so itchy, especially with a turtleneck right on your neck. So I think that would be a fun piece if we can get to it. I brought and skeined up my frogged Sunday tee. So I was going to kind of Frankenstein it. If you guys remember, I had kind of worked frogged upwards and kept the bottom portion, and I was going to knit up, but it kind of looked wonky, and I just thought like there's no point in kind of salvaging it when I could just make a lovely piece on it by itself. But yeah, so I am planning on holding, this is the Knitting for Olive Cotton Merino in the white, and this is Drops Flora in their like whitest color, not the off-white, it's like their true white. Actually looks quite not as white, but I think it'll be fine. These aren't different, right? Oh my god, these kind of look different. Okay, this one looks like off-white. We might not have to use this one. Okay, yeah, sorry. Oh god. Okay, we're gonna have to hide that one, because that is not, I thought that was white. It is not white. These are white. But I'm planning on knitting a kind of like a short sleeve version cardigan of this croissant motif with these two strands held together. I think it'll be a really nice top, probably a little warmer, so you can't wear it in the dead of summer, but I am excited. I'm excited because, again, I've had this Drops Flora in my stash for a little bit, reworking my Knitting for Olive to have something really beautiful. So I'll show a picture, because this is like the vibe we're going for. If we're successful, I'm a genius. If we're not, that's fine too. And so I think that would be really cool to make, just as like a cute little top that I could wear with like nice jeans, or you can make it also super girly and wear like a white skirt. Oh, so good. Or like really preppy. You could also make it with like maybe like a pleated like short mini skirt kind of thing. Oh, So good. I'm excited to see what we kind of pick up and what we gravitate towards. I also ended up bringing this guy, so we had to cake these all so it could fit nicely into here. But this is, I think, I don't remember. Oh, that's so good of me, Tiffany. It's like this cashmere cotton that I got. I'll link it somewhere if you are interested. I'm hoping to make, I talked about this in a previous video, but I want to make this asymmetrical kind of tank. It looks like this. I just think it looks really cool. Would be a really nice addition to my like tanks and my tops, because we're just, I feel like we're making a lot of tops, but I feel like it'd be so nice to have in the shop. I kind of want to create a collection of atypical items that have things that are maybe slightly asymmetrical or kind of off, but still have that really typical silhouette, if that makes sense. So yeah, I think this one would be really nice, and to have the cashmere in it. I think it's quite sturdy, especially because it's like, I would say like a DK weight yarn. Excited to see how this goes. I think it'll be lovely. Even though it's a very basic silhouette, I think because of it being like slightly asymmetrical buttons, it's really cool to have. And maybe we'll do a symmetrical button, who knows. But yeah, I think that's it. I hope, like, me saying it out loud and doing it, it doesn't feel like a lot, but maybe it is a lot. I can't tell. I'm not very good at gauging how quick I am or how slow I am at knitting. If you are excited to see my progress through this, yeah, let me know if you think I'm gonna finish this or if I am being absolutely crazy and bringing this many wisps with me. I know, it's wild, because I only brought 3 wisps with me on my 3-week Europe trip. So yeah. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, or push the notification bell if you want to be notified when I post next. You can find me on Discord. We stream 1 p.m. PST, Tuesdays, Thursdays, which is funny because now it's like 4 p.m. EST for me. Patreon, we have a Discord. You can find me on Instagram. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a lovely day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.